The first souls sent to Earth were serious criminals who broke the rules of the Imperial civilization. However, as time went on, those who refused to be ruled by the Imperial civilization also began to be sent to Earth. The Domain civilization learned of the existence of Earth during the war with the Imperial civilization, and wanted to rescue the souls trapped on Earth and have them join the war against the Imperial civilization. However, even after the war ended, the Domain civilization was not able to rescue the Earthlings. It is said that 8,000 years ago, when Air visited Earth, the war between the Domain civilization and the Imperial civilization was at its most intense. At that time, the Domain military succeeded in taking over the central government of the Imperial civilization. However, the battle with the remnants of the Imperial army continued for a long time after that. For about 1,000 years after that, the Domain planned to build a new base in this galaxy. This is because the galaxy where Earth is located was convenient for the Domain as a route to other galaxies under its jurisdiction. The Domain built a base in the Himalayas and operated there for a while. However, one day, it was attacked by the remnants of the Imperial army. At that time, there was an Imperial army base on Mars that was not yet known to the Domain, and it was there that the Domain was ambushed. The Domain's Himalayan base was destroyed and about 3,000 IBs were taken prisoner. The Domain sent a team to Earth to rescue them. But these teams were also captured in a counterattack. They were dealt with in the same way as the criminal IBs sent to the old empire. That is, they were all made to lose their memories, were given false hypnotic suggestions, and were trapped on Earth forever in their physical bodies. The IBs of the Domain who were captured at this time are still living as part of humanity. In fact, most of them have been found now, but they have not yet been able to recover their memories and have not been rescued. The IBs who are trapped in their bodies have almost lost the abilities and memories they were born with. Therefore, most attempts to communicate with them have failed. The Domain army then completely destroyed the remnants of the Imperial army. According to Air, the war between the old empire and the Domain continued until 52,135 AD, which is Earth's time. At this time, the Domain army finally destroyed the last spaceship of the old empire. Unfortunately, the device is still in operation. The Domain knows about the existence of this device, so they are acting cautiously within the Earth sphere. This is because no technology can completely avoid the threat of this device. Therefore, they feel that coming to Earth itself is a very high risk. They are not easily willing to colonize. Of course, the same is true for Air. However, Air took the risk to contact Matilda. There was a clear reason for this. The surprising reason was that Matilda was one of the Domain civilizations who experienced the history that had been told so far. This is also why Matilda can communicate with Air. However, it was a complete coincidence that Air met Matilda. When the spaceship crashed, the other 4 life forms had already extracted the IB from their bodies, but Air noticed Matilda's presence and remained in her body to communicate with her. In other words, the reason why Air was being interviewed at the base was not to leave a message for the Earthlings, but simply to talk to Matilda. The sure way for humanity to break free from these curses is to destroy the device. However, this is not possible at present. The Domain has other priorities and is not willing to allocate significant resources to humanity. Therefore, Air says that the best way for humanity to escape this cruel situation is for humanity to find a solution for itself. If humanity could regain their true selves and some of their memories, they might be able to escape the influence of the device and return to IB. According to Air, there have only been 2 people in the past who have managed to escape the shackles of the device: Buddha and Roshi. Buddha in particular left a method for future generations to follow. However, unfortunately, parts of Buddha's teachings have been tampered with or lost over the long course of history. In closing, Air tells Matilda you must discover that you are an IB. Once you realize this, you may be able to escape from your captivity as an Earthling. Unless you break through this fact and free yourself, you will be here forever. There is no point in solving this problem, because the Domain also has more than 3,000 fellow IBs imprisoned. The Domain will continue to make efforts to free the IBs from Earth. But to do so, unprecedented technology will need to be developed, which will require a tremendous amount of time and resources. Therefore, the Domain as a whole is not proactive about this. Matilda is sure that most people will not believe Air's words. Still, she wants them to know what is happening to the IBs on this Earth. That is why she entrusted everything to Spencer. It doesn't matter if it's a novel or anything. Still, she wants many people to know. That was Matilda's wish. However, even after Matilda reported these contents, the military did not give up on questioning Air. They asked about the technology related to Air's spaceship, but Air did not answer. And when Air declared that he would leave this body within 24 hours, the military took an outrageous action. The military's higher-ups ordered to give him electric shocks to get information from him. Considering the IB's capabilities, it seems almost meaningless. On the contrary, showing an antagonistic attitude towards the Domain would only be a risk. After this electric shock, Air's body never moved again. Of course, she did not die. Air had left her body before the electric shock and returned to her space station, where she simply resumed her duties. After that, the military continued to call out to Air for about 2 weeks, but since there was no response, the military assumed that Air was dead and ended the project. After the project ended, Matilda was subjected to lie detector tests and even injected with a truth serum to determine whether what she had said up until then was true. After using all possible means, when it was discovered that Matilda had not lied, the military allowed her to retire early and arranged for her to find a new job and a large severance pay. Matilda was then made to sign a non-disclosure agreement and repeatedly told that if she leaked the details of the project to the outside world, she would be severely punished. The above is roughly what was written in the book Alien Interview. However, Spencer, who who wrote the book, claims that it is a science fiction novel. Is it true in part or in whole, or in part? If that is the case, it is easy to imagine that he would be in danger if he had not insisted that it was a novel. However, this is not the whole story of the Roswell incident. There is another story completely different from the Roswell incident. Many people may not know that. The incident triggered the start of another grand project other than Alien Interview. The next video will be another story of the Roswell incident. It is a collection of memories of interactions with Eve, another life form that survived the Roswell incident, and the shocking memories of flying into space and traveling to a faraway planet, recorded in a top-secret document of about 3,000 pages released by a person who claims to be a former GIA employee. Please subscribe to the channel and like it now so you don't miss the next one. Let us know your thoughts in the comments.